Hello and welcome. Yes, this is the Vanishing of Ethan Carter. We're going to do a walkthrough or a playthrough, take your pick, and I'm going to cut these videos down into about 20-minute segments just to make them easier to watch, so that if you're in the middle of a segment and have to stop it for any reason, you don't have to go through an hour's worth of game to find the bit you were watching. I've seen some walkthroughs of this already, but I would say that they are more sprint throughs because they don't stop and admire the scenery. Literally, the videos I've seen so far, no one's actually taken any time to explain the game at all, and they've just literally run from A to B as fast as possible and missed out, I think, in my opinion, a lot of what the game's got to offer. So these now are going to be my videos, and this talky will just be done once at the beginning, just to lay out the plan, as it were, for these videos. So let's get started. This is the Vanishing of Ethan Carter, and I don't know how long it's going to take. Like I say, I'll do these in 20-minute videos, and so it won't be the fastest run-through gameplay in the world. That's not the point of this. This is going to be a slow and steady, and let's actually take a look to see what the developers have done with the game, as opposed to just rush to the end and say we've done it first. That seems a bit pointless. So let's get this thing started. Yes, go on. Fair enough. Don't want my hand hold anyway. Kind of.
Ethan Carter I didn't know, but he knew who I was. When the police won't help you and the priests don't believe you, you call on Paul Prospero. You call on me. If you're a kid like Ethan, you're right. Plenty do. Ethan's letter started out just like any other fan mail. But soon there were mentions of things no little boy should know about. There are places that exist that very few people can see. Ethan could have drawn a map. I hadn't entered Red Creek Valley yet, but already I could feel its darkness reaching out for me. Finding Ethan Carter wasn't going to be as easy as knocking on his door. I was too late for that. To find Ethan, I had to figure out what this place was trying to hide from me.
Fair enough. So here we are. We've just come through a train track tunnel, and we're now in the world of somewhere. Left mouse, sorry, shift button and W, A, S and D. Shift button is to sprint, and spacebar is to action. Control is to crouch. Right mouse button to zoom. Okay. Let's see what we can find down here. I mean, it's lovely scenery. Oh, that. Oh. Okay. We can sense. What can we sense? We're missing something. Okay. A trap. Well, it's a bit late for that. So as I was saying, it's lovely scenery apart from somebody put a trap in the middle of it. I don't know why. I'm sure that will come to pass. Oh, that was nice. Good. Glad I didn't tread on that one. You're a bit late sensing it. Okay. Whatever it's trying to tell us, we're not there yet. Hope it doesn't go dark. We don't have a torch. What's down here? Oh, nice. Very nice. I don't think we can actually walk off the edge as much as we'd like to. You can't jump off it. It's like an invisible wall here. That looks nice. Well, I'll see the train tracks, but I'd like to know a little bit more about these traps, because if the developers, if the developers have gone to all this trouble to put traps here, then there must be a reason behind it, you think. See if we can find out what it is. Again, lovely scenery. Can we get in there? I'm not dashing headlong for the railway tracks first. I'm taking my time to explore my environment and get my bearings. I've got no compass, so I have no way of knowing which way is north, east, south, west, other than the sun, which is there-ish. Yeah, okay. Right, let's see if we can find some more of these traps. There must be some more around somewhere. Although, I'm not doing very well at finding them so far. As in they just jump out on me. Okay, I think we're missing one still. You think? Anything more to be seen? No. Right, so we're missing a trap. Let's see if we can find it before it finds us. Ooh! Nice trap. You're a bit late, pal, but anyway. Okay. What? We're still missing one. Oh, what's that? Nothing. So we're still missing a trap. So far, I've been utterly useless at finding them. I hope there's not a challenge to find traps, because... Oh, what's that there? Is that a trap? That doesn't look very nice, does it? Okay. Right, let's see what we can make of this. Can I look? Yeah, I can look round. There's a... Okay, the skulls. At first I thought there were stones on the floor, but the skulls. I can tell they're skulls because you got ribs. You got rib cages and spines and pelvic bones. If you're watching this on an iPhone, you probably can't see that, but those are actually skulls on the ground. I'm not seeing many weapons. See lots of skulls, but no weapons. Where is that? Again, I've still got my finger on the mouse button. So it appears to be by this tree, but I don't really know where it is. Okay. Right, time to take our finger off the mouse. Ah, hasn't done anything. Can we move forward? Lots of bones. Ah, what's this? Okay. If I press the space bar, it'll make it easier for you to read. There we go. Sap. An old man came to the forest every day to drink sap from the trees. To get there, the old man had to step around many dangerous traps. The villagers believed this old man had hidden a jade amulet in the forest, but the old man wanted the villagers to believe this, because then they would search the forest for treasure and not drink his sap. They were. One cool night... Sorry, start again. One cool fall night, that means winter. One cool fall night, someone set fire to the forest, and the fire spread to the village. The old man escaped the fire by covering himself in sap. What? When he returned to the village, he found all the villagers' bones. The old man sat down and cried. Then he found more sap to drink. Okay, there's a couple of questions there. First off, sap isn't... it doesn't protect you against fire as far as I'm aware of, or the opposite. And he found more sap to drink. So do you think sap is the villagers' blood? I don't know. Decide that for yourself. We can rotate the paper back. That's space. And right mouse button rotates... Well, it zooms in this particular case, sorry. So we can read it. Turn it over?
I told you, you can't be here.
But Gramp, I wrote something for you.
That's real nice. Thank you. Just leave it. I'll read it later.
Right. So that was a message from Ethan to his grandfather. Kind of makes sense, that, I guess, if you're, following that. Right, anything else there? A bottle? Anything in it? No, can't take it. Oh, another scrap. Okay, text. One of two, good blimey. One Dead in a House Fire by Jeff Jermu. Bayfield County. Fire damaged a historic home in Red Creek Valley Wednesday morning, according to officials from the Bayfield County Fire Department. A family of 6 was asleep. Should that be were asleep? A family of 6 was asleep when the blaze broke out at the remote house, once owned by Albert Vandergriff at 46 Old Ogden Road in Red Creek Valley. Gail Carter, 58, was pronounced dead at the scene. Remaining family members were able to escape. Carter's husband, Edwin, 62, told investigators he may have fallen asleep with a lit cigarette at his hand. Right. So, Gail Carter died. Her husband may have fallen asleep with a lit cigarette causing the fire. So the Vandergriff house should all be burned down. Right. Firefighters were dispatched to the scene at 1:22 a.m. and remained at the scene until around 5. They returned to the property 4 hours later to extinguish hotspots, which had rekindled. Assisting at the initial fire was the Ashland Township Volunteer Fire Department. Masonville Emergency Medical Services were also on standby. Right. Hold on. Have we got any more of that? Oh, right, the other side. Here we go. Good God, right. Now it's the second bit. Hold on. Right, here you go. After heated, this is the other side of the paper. After heated public hearing, no answers for Vandergriff's heirs by Tom Orton, Bayfield County. Members of the Vandergriff family again gathered in the Bayfield County Courthouse today to debate the fate of the Vandergriff fortune, which has remained in escrow since 1961. Escrow basically means it's put an account on hold until such paperwork is legally sorted out. So, since 1961, the family's money has been on hold. When family patriarch Albert Vandergriff, 71, died in a mine accident. The after effects, which nearly destroyed Vandergriff Industrial and severely damaged the local economy. Right, so basically the old guy Vandergriff died, age 71, and all the family's money is in an account sitting there for a judge to decide who's going to get it. Okay, James Vandergriff, 38, of Chicago, argued that his father's demands were unreasonable and that many Vandergriff family members have personal reasons for wanting to avoid living in Red Creek Valley on the Vandergriff estate as stipulated in the elder Vandergriff's will. The recent fire in which the Vandergriff's home was damaged, he said, only underlined his family's concern. Since 1967, the Carter family has lived upon the former Vandergriff estate as temporary caretakers. Right, two things going on. Then the Vandergriff's father, who died in the mine, has got a shit ton of money, who he will give to whoever of his family lives in the old family home, but they don't want to live there because they say it's all scary and haunted. But since 1967, the Carter family have lived there as caretakers. But, as we've just seen, the Carter family have got problems of their own because she just died and the husband outlived her, which I presume, because he's called Edwin, he is Ethan's grandfather. This is getting really complicated real quick. So Ethan's grandfather may have killed his grandmother, by falling asleep with a cigarette, but they live at the house run by the Vandergriffs, or whatever their bloody name is, that was owned by the grandfather who died, who's left it all to the kids, but who don't want to live there because they think it's haunted. Right! Christ, I'm glad we've got all that sorted out, because that'd get really complicated otherwise. And another bottle. I wonder if that's the drinking sat with. Right. God, blimey. What a head thing. Okay. So, what's that? A packet of cigarettes. Okay, fine. Is it? I don't know. Right. So, are you with me so far, children? We've managed to spend 18 minutes in-game, and all we know so far is that there were some traps around, and that Ethan's grandfather may or may not have killed his grandmother by falling asleep with a cigarette in his mouth, and that the Vandergraffs, who obviously own this valley, the old guy died in a mine accident, left all his money to the kids in a escrow account, basically, so they cannot get their money on it until a judge says they can. And the way they can get their money is by living in the old house.
Red Creek Valley seemed like a quiet, ordinary place. I've learned two things in my life. No place is truly quiet, and nowhere is really ordinary. Ethan warned me about that. Warned me not to be fooled by what I saw here. He didn't need to worry. I'd worked dozens of cases, hundreds. This would be my last one.
Okay, thank you for that interlude. So we're on a creaky bridge, and yeah, okay, it's fairly decrepit. Down there, I presume that is a dam. You have a lake and a tributary. Is that the right word? A tributary feeding the lake. Yes, possibly. It's a nice, not a ripple up on it. It's nice. So, a bit of dust blowing there. See there, the effects of the dust. Or is it pollen? Do we care? We don't know. What's down there? A big drop. Okay. Alright. Anything of note? Not really. Okay, more dust. And another hole. So, I don't think anyone's going to be crossing this bridge by train anytime soon. Again, anything down there? No. Right. See a train in the distance. As I say, this walkthrough, gameplay, whatever you want to call it, it's not going to be a fast one. I've seen videos done already on YouTube, and literally the people doing it, they just dash like this, click, 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 and you don't get to see the game at all, and I think that's a real shame. So I'm going to let you, what's the word? Experience the game as it was meant to be seen, not dashed through as a speed trial. So we have a train here. It's on the front. Inspect. Blood, animal, human, accident, murder. So we're trying to work out what happened. There's some blood on the front there. So we've got a crank handle. It's telling me the crank's down there in that direction. Okay. And the crank is sitting right by the edge of the lake, just above the water, in full view of the dock, almost in a direct line from the dock, next to some big rocks. Okay. And the crank, I presume, will start the train. We can get up. Okay, forward, back, and stop. Which doesn't do anything because it's not started. Okay. Right. Here ends video 1. Going to be doing these in 20-minute clips, and yeah, let's just stop the video here, get this one uploaded, and then continue with part 2 in a second. Hoorah.